everybody, I'm Anna.
And I'm Michelle.
And we're the two mythical unicorns. And today we're doing the reader problems tag. We'll just start.
Yeah.
The first question is, you have 20,000 books on your TBR. That's a lot of books. But we're going with it.
Mm-hmm.
How in the world do you decide what to read next?
Well, I'm a mood reader, so I just tend to pick up the one that I feel like I have no system in particular. I just go, I want to read that now, and I pick that book.
Yeah, I'm sort of the same. Like, okay, but now I feel like reading this.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I have books that I feel like I should read. And then I get in the mood that, okay, now I'm gonna read something that I should read, to not just read the same books over and over again.
Right.
So yeah, it's
to
the same.
diversify
Yeah.
a bit. Yeah.
So, just a mood reader.
Yeah, just mood readers.
Yeah. You're halfway through a book and you're just not loving it. Do you quit or are you committed?
I quit.
It depends on how long is the book, how bad is the book, and how many prequels have I already read.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm not enjoying it, it's not even an active choice for me anymore. I just don't pick it up again.
No.
It's not like I don't just put it down and go, I'm not gonna read that. It's more like I put it down and I pick something else up.
Yeah, I'm more persistent. There are very few books that I've started to read that I've never finished.
Yeah.
The end of the year is coming and you're so close, but so far on your Goodreads reading challenge.
Right.
Do you try to catch up and how?
Well, first of all, I don't do these, really. I've tried them. Problem is, I always end up forgetting putting books into the challenge.
Yeah.
So I always lose track of how many I've read. Also, I'm not, shall we say, I'm not particularly competitive.
No.
So stuff like that really doesn't motivate me to do more. Most of the time it just means that I'll do less.
Yeah.
If I put
Tell
pressure.
her what to do and she'll never do it.
So
Like,
true.
it's the best way to make sure she doesn't do it.
I'm terrible. But yeah, so that's, but if we're gonna try and put me in a scenario where I have put a certain amount of books and I'm close to it, I might just read a few short books to like reach it. That might be the only, and I love shorter books anyways.
Yeah.
That's what I tend to be reading. So that's probably what I'd do. Or put up, or like take an anime, like a manga or something that goes quickly.
Yeah.
Possibly.
I don't really do those either.
No.
I tend to set a guideline for myself. So I'm trying to read 52 books in a year because it's
One a week.
Yeah, exactly. And then it's more like this year I'm trying to read more Swedish books because I've been really bad at that. Yeah.
Both of us have been.
Yeah. So
For
I'm really
ages.
trying to get into like the Swedish books because if you want to work with that, then you probably should read those.
Should be aware.
And there are good ones there. It's just
You have to find them.
I'm kind of stuck.
Lost.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
but yeah, I would probably do the same. Go for the short ones that I want to read.
Yeah.
And not for the fantasy books.
Epic fantasy.
Yeah, there are 1,000 pages long. Like, then I might wait with those.
Yeah.
I would probably try harder
Yes.
to catch up because
I wouldn't
I'm more
care.
competitive.
Yes, but everyone's more competitive than me.
Yeah. The covers of a series you love do not match.
Oh no.
How do you cope?
Well. Yeah, I was thinking delirium is hilarious. Your delirium is
How do I cope?
fantastic. It's beautiful. Different. But it's like, what are you gonna do? Like, you deal with it. Like, there's nothing to be done. unfortunately. Like, and it depends. It does depend. If there is a possibility that I could buy a set that looks the same, I might just do that.
Yeah. I comfort myself with the thought that one day I will be done with university and I will actually start making money.
Yeah.
And then I can go buy them and
replace them.
Until then,
They're fine.
I would rather have mismatching covers than not have the books at all. Everyone and their mother loves a book you really don't like. Who do you bond with over shared feelings?
Most likely you.
Yeah. Most likely you.
Yeah.
Probably.
Most likely. And even if one of us is like, oh, it's pretty good, we'd probably complain to each other anyways.
Yeah. And
so
we could see the other one's argument as to why it's like...
Yeah.
Your favorite is not Delirium. Well, I love it. But I see the problems.
Yeah.
It's just...
But it's the same. I understand it.
Yeah.
And I remember loving the first one.
Yeah.
So, fair enough.
Yeah. So we just talk to each other.
Yeah.
You're reading a book and you're about to start crying in public. How do you deal?
I'd probably stop reading. Like, I would be like, not right now.
I would say it depends on the situation.
You're on a train and it's filled with people.
I was on a train, it was full of people, and I was listening to the Harry Potter books.
Right.
I was doing a reread.
Uh-huh.
And then Sirius Black
Died?
Oh no! I cried.
But like, you know that he was gonna die soon.
Yeah.
So you stop it.
No. Next one. A sequel of a book you loved just came out, but you've forgotten a lot from the prior novel. Will you reread the book, skip the sequel, try to find a synopsis on Goodreads, or cry in frustration?
It might be the last one. I have this problem every time. Every time. Because I forget bloody everything.
Yeah.
Especially when it's been like 2 years and I'm like, what was the name of the main character? It's like, yeah, it's really bad. It depends on how much I loved the first book. Because that I can always remember. I always remember how much I liked the first one. So if I liked the first one enough, I could probably just do a reread.
Yeah.
Because I do love those. Otherwise, I'd probably find a synopsis on Goodreads.
Yeah.
To catch myself up.
Yeah, I would say it depends on how many books there were before.
Yeah.
Because when the last one of Throne of Glass came out, I had a hard time piecing together in what order things happened.
Right.
And a few things I was like, okay, but what really happened here? And then I went online and found the synopsis. Because it's too much to do reread just to...
Oh, yeah. I was thinking there's one book.
Yeah, no. So then I did. And I'm not really that
You're not
much
a rereader.
No, it's if I listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I might
Audiobooks.
do it. But yeah, just try to find... Or just fight through it. Because a lot of it comes back when... I start reading it like, okay, yeah, well, this...
Fight through the confusion for now.
And they're reacting like this because this happened,
Yeah.
So, I remember while I read. Number 8. You do not want anyone borrowing your books.
Oh.
How do you politely tell people nope when they ask?
I'd probably just say, no, I don't borrow my books. But I'm not that... I would borrow... It depends on who's asking. It totally depends. I'd borrow you any book.
Yeah.
I'd borrow Emma any book.
Yeah.
Because you're readers and you have an understanding for how to handle a book.
Yeah.
And like not eat while you're reading.
Yeah.
Or like not throwing a pen in your bag at the same time. It kind of depends. I'm not yeah, I don't borrow my books to just anyone, but I don't particularly mind. There are a couple of books that I would never... There are a couple of books that I have like signed editions, and it's like, no, those are not going anywhere.
Yeah, it depends on who it is. Like, my brother treats this like his
That
personal
his
library.
It's cute.
Yeah. Sometimes he comes here to like feed the cat or something. He's like, I'm just gonna borrow a book. Yeah, fine. Take whatever you want.
Never mind.
But Alex has a tendency to loan books to anyone and everyone.
Yeah.
And there are books that have not seen this apartment in like 1.5 or 2 years.
Yeah.
Because they are off somewhere and...
Life is difficult.
Yeah. Doesn't make me happy, but how do you say no when he's already like, oh, but you should borrow this one, I think you would really like it, and I'm gonna come there and say, no, that's my book.
What are you doing?
Yeah, like...
Yeah, that's a difficult situation.
Yeah.
Depends on the book and it depends on the person.
Yeah. Reading ADD. You've picked up and put down 5 books in the last month.
Right.
How do you get over your reading slump?
That's my normal reading.
Yeah.
I'm always reading about, 8 books at once.
Yeah.
Just about.
But if you've put them down and you just moved on.
Right.
And you can't really get through a book.
Audiobooks.
Yeah.
Then I'll just start an audiobook. I might do a reread, because that always works for me. Because I like rereading books. That's just the thing. So if I'm in a real, like, I don't want to read anything, I'll just pick up a book that I already know that I love, and I'll get back into it. Or I'll listen to an audiobook.
I go to my favorite genre.
Yeah.
So I tend to go for a fantasy YA, because they are often easy to read.
Yes.
Rather than a high fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
So I go for the YA or urban fantasy.
Yeah.
And try to find something that I think I will like.
Mm.
Because most of the time, even if there are some issues, if it's good enough, I'll just...
Yeah.
Or audiobook.
Yeah.
Or fantasy YA as an audiobook.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
There are so many new books coming out that you're dying to read. How many do you actually buy?
It depends on my money situation.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest.
If I can, all of them.
Yeah, that's the thing. If I'm like, I'm fine with spending this money and it's okay, then I'll just buy them all.
Yeah.
But otherwise, either I won't buy any of them, or just the one that I'm like, I'll read this the second it comes here.
Yeah.
Because I feel like reading that right now.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. We're both students. We don't really have that much money. After you've bought the new books you can't wait to get to, how long do they sit on your shelf before you get to them?
Ooh. I feel like we'd had different answers for this. Because I feel like I can let things wait for ages, even if I feel like reading them. It's a weird, like, I have to read it at a particular time thing.
Yeah.
So sometimes, for instance, let's go with Victoria Schwab.
Yeah.
So she's one of my favorite authors, but for some reason, I cannot read her during the summer, for example. She is an autumn-winter author in my head.
Yeah.
It makes no sense, but it's the truth. So if she were to release a book in the middle of summer, I'm not entirely certain that I could read it at that time.
Yeah.
I would have to wait.
Yeah. If it's a book that I've been waiting for, like it's a sequel or an author that I love and I've been waiting, then it will take, depending on how much I have
to do.
Yeah. A month. But within a month, I will pick it up.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Oh,
that was all the questions. We made it all the way through.
We did it!
Yay! So freaking hard.
We're in a heat wave in Sweden right now, and I realised that most of the rest of the world is probably much warmer, but we're Swedes and we're dying.
That was it for this time.
Yep.
It was the reader problems tag. We didn't talk about the original. I don't remember who made the original.
I'll link it in the description.
I have the link here.
We'll link it in the description.
Yeah. And that was it for this time.
Yes.
So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please do that. And until next time, bye.
Bye.